Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in this afternoon. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I'm coming to you live from the basketball gym at Newton North High School in Newton, Massachusetts. Connection difficulties here and there as we try and work things out here in the Newton North gym. Hopefully that stabilizes itself out. If it continues to be a problem, I might experiment around with various other Wi-Fi networks, see what we can get going on the technical side of things. But for now, things seem to be solid, so we're hoping it stays that way. These are two schools that whenever they face off against each other, you know it's going to be a good one. And that includes the last time these two specific teams faced off back on January 4th. That was over at Schlunt's Gym. Brookline came out with a narrow 64-58 victory, and it was a hard-fought one. They were tied at 47 with 5 minutes left before Brookline High went on an 11-2 run, catalyzed by 9 clutch points from junior Mikhail Hayes, who finished with a team high of 16 total. They took the lead for good off of that run. And, well, we'll see what happens. Now we're on Newton North's floor. According to the pregame clock, we've got about 7.5 minutes before we get things underway. Let's take a brief look at these two teams. First in the rankings, the most recent Boston Globe poll, which was 6 days ago, back on February 1st, had Brookline High ranked 7th and Newton North ranked 8th. But the more recent rankings, the MIAA Power Rankings for Division I boys basketball, had Newton North all the way up at 2nd place, and it had Brookline 6th in the rankings. So, you know, depending on which poll you go by, either team could potentially be the favorite here. Of course, part of the reason for that drop in ranking for Brookline was a disappointing loss to Framingham earlier this week, a 68-58 loss out in Framingham's neck of the woods. So Brookline thought they'd be trying to bounce back with this game on Friday, but then, of course, we had that little rain, sleet, storm made the roads really icy. Newton decided to close its school for the day, and as a result, that meant all games were canceled. So both this and girls basketball were canceled. This game was rescheduled today. The girls, I believe, were rescheduled for the 17th. But with that in mind, let's take a look at the rosters for these two teams coming in. We'll start off with the home team, the Newton North High Tigers. First off, a senior co-captain at that, number 1, Marat Belhuchit. A sophomore, number 2, Dylan Taylor. A junior, number 3, Lucas Wardley. A senior, number 4, Jason Antonellis. A junior, number 5, Matt Randall. A senior co-captain, number 10, Holland Hargens. A junior, number 14, Adam Landry. A junior, number 15, Sebastian Engel. A junior, number 20, Victor Keira. A junior, number 21, Tyler Randall. A senior, number 22, Joe Murphy. A junior, number 23, Abraham Keifel. A senior, number 24, Florian Kuchin. A junior co-captain, number 30, Jose Padilla. A junior, number 32, Jared Stubblebine. And finally, a junior, number 33, Will Davis. Head coach of the Newton North High boys basketball team is Paul Connolly, with assistant coaches Tom Donnellan, David Shuffler, and Dylan Stockdale. So with that in mind, let's take a look at the roster for the visitors, the Brookline High Warriors. Also going in order of jersey number for them, starting off, we have a sophomore, number 1, Andrew Alexienko. A senior, number 2, Sean Ebanks. A senior co-captain, number 10, Zach Solom. A senior, number 12, Jake Edwards. A junior, number 14, Taj Horowitz. A junior, number 15, Mikhail Hayes. A junior, number 21, Zach Weissman. A junior, number 22, Jalen Haynes. A senior, number 23, Jaden Mazzara. A senior co-captain, number 25, Devani Perez. A senior, number 33, Jack Stanton. And finally, a senior, number 34, Obi Ukamadu. Head coach of the Brookline High boys basketball team is Courtney Valentine, with assistant coaches Malcolm Wynn, Scott Huggins, and Renato Andrade.
I see. Is
there a problem?
Could you guys scooch over a bit to the right? Sure.
Bit to the right?
Yeah, because I usually set up right here.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that's all mine. Apologies for that brief step away, folks. I had to make a way for another filmer out here. We got quite a few cameras on this game, which makes plenty of sense. Like I said, it's a Brookline-Newton North game. You always know that's going to be exciting. You know there's going to be plenty of attention for it. We are set for a 4 p.m. tip-off, but right now the pregame clock's showing 10.5 minutes. I think it's reset to be higher. You know, maybe they're giving people more time to get here. It is an early afternoon game, which is kind of a tradition for Brookline and Newton North. They don't have the later games. They don't want things getting too intense, let's say. And, well, as those of you who follow my streams know, I found that out the hard way the last time these two teams faced off. I went into the day thinking it was going to be a 6:30 p.m. start like most games, and, well, as those of you who are clamoring, where the heck is Jesse's stream, you know I made it for the second half, at least. But this time I was in the know, and so here I am, on time, ready to get this one started. And remember, as always, if you enjoyed this broadcast, be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel to stay on top of all my upcoming live streams. I got a total of 4 games coming up for this Brookline High boys basketball team. A couple more for Brookline High hockey, and even a couple for Newman School boys basketball. I got a full slate, 8 games in 7 days. It's going to be crazy. So be sure to subscribe to the channel to stay on top of everything that's coming up. Because at the very least for this one Brookline team out on the hardwood here today, they've got a loaded week. They're starting off here with obviously a high-intensity game against Newton North. They take on another local opponent on just tomorrow. Tomorrow night, they got another game back at home at Schlentz Gym against Wellesley. On Friday, they'll be at home again against Natick High. And then on Sunday, they've got the Black Coaches Classic, where they are slated to take on Lawrence High School. There are still some details to kind of be worked out about that game. You know, things got a little complicated with that tournament because, you know, COVID. That complicates everything. Just has to throw a monkey wrench into absolutely everything. But we'll stay on top of the details, and I'll be sure to be there to give you all the basketball goodness throughout the week. So be sure to subscribe and tune in. And then, of course, as always, I encourage audience participation in the live chat. You know, we've got our first comment in the live chat already from resident Brookline superfan Yuli Burstein. A simple and straightforward, let's go Brookline in all caps. And you know me, I love the simple messages, I love the complicated messages, whatever it may be. If you just want to say let's go about your favorite player, your favorite team, that's good enough. If there's anything I'm getting wrong, I'm pronouncing somebody's name wrong, or there are any other fun facts you think I should know, put that in there. You know, I prefer to have as much information as possible. And if you just want to say a friendly hello to the other viewers across the internet, that's an option as well. As we see the captains meeting right there at center court with the officials before we get this one underway. Pre-game clock shows a little less than 7 minutes left in this one, left in the pregame, that is. So we should be getting some basketball goodness soon. You know, one of the more interesting matchups to watch in this game is going to be the game down in the post. Last time these two teams faced off, that was a real premier matchup. I mean, Newton North has some tall players. Will Davis is listed on their roster at 6'8", and Adam Landry at 6'5", and Florian Kuchin at 6'6". So they got a bunch of tall guys, 3 guys at least 6'5" on the listings. Of course, Brookline has got some very capable bigs of its own with Andrew Alexienko and Jack Stanton and Sean Ebanks off the bench. And it looks like I see number 34, Obi Ukamadu, dressed and participating in warm-ups. If so, that is a very good sign for Brookline. Obi Ukamadu, a capable post player off the bench. You know, we saw what he was capable of, just a little taste of it in the holiday tournament against Everett when he dropped 8 points off the bench. But he suffered an injury, an arm injury to his, I think it might have been elbow, left elbow, it looks like, depending on, based on where the brace is on his arm. And if he's back, that could be a huge contribution of depth for Brookline down low, which, like I said, is a marquee matchup. That's part of why Brookline, you know, started relying more on their outside shots in the last game, and they started to rely more on just spreading out the floor and opening things up for Mikhail Hayes once they switched from a zone to a man defense. And that gave him the openings he needed to go off in the fourth quarter. We got a message in the live chat from Justin Jackson. Score predictions? Justin, you're hitting me right in my least favorite part of commentary. Because I know I'm going to be wrong. I know I'm going to be wrong, so heck with it. I'll say some random numbers. 86-80. I'll say 86-80 in favor of. I gotta go with the local team. Gotta go with the team that's hired me to be here. So I'm gonna say 86-80 in favor of Brookline. Why 86? Because frankly, 86 is a magical number here in Boston. It's the number of years the Red Sox went without winning a World Series. It's the year of the last time they were in the World Series and lost before breaking the curse. It's the year of the last championship the Celtics won in the Larry Bird era. It's the year that the Patriots played in their very first Super Bowl. And it's the jersey number of the only guy who had a receiving touchdown in the Patriots' first Super Bowl run. That guy being David Patton, rest in peace, of course. We got perhaps a more realistic prediction on the live chat now from Yuli Burstein. 65-55 Brookline. And indeed, both teams reaching 80 with how strong both of them can be defensively is probably a bit unrealistic. I'm just having some fun here. From Jameel Benson, let's go Kyle. And in that respect, I assume you are referring to Mikhail Hayes. And if he gets the kind of matchups that he got last time against Newton North, he could very much go off. From Donnell O'Neill, it's crazy how you know that off the top. If you're talking about the 86 thing, that's a fun fact that I've been holding on to. If you talk to anyone who's known me a long time, that's just one of my favorite fun facts. Now, you want some real crazy numerology? Check out the history of June 17th in the history of Boston sports. It's the date that Ted Williams hit his 400th home run. It's the date that the Celtics drafted Len Bias in the 1986 draft, just to connect again with the number 86. It's the year that the Celtics effectively broke the curse of Len Bias and won that 2008 championship against the Lakers. It's also the date where they lost their last trip to the finals against those same Lakers 2 years later in 2010. And in addition, June 17th, also the anniversary of the Battle of Bunker Hill from the Revolutionary War. And one last thing, that date, 617. For those of you who lived here, that's the area code. Numbers are weird, folks. You can't make this stuff up. But after that fun little lesson in numerology, we're now about ready to get this one going. Less than a minute left in the pregame clock.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this afternoon's...
Once again, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan here at the gym at Newton North High School in Newton, Massachusetts. PA announcers taking over. They'll probably announce lineups, give us the national anthem, and then we'll get underway.
We want this to be a pleasant experience for all the fans, the players, the coaches, the referees, and game personnel. Let's set a great example of sportsmanship tonight. Please refrain from negative cheers or outbursts. Newton North takes great pride in providing a positive and safe environment for all participants, athletes, coaches, fans, and officials, including those from visiting teams. Please applaud good effort by both teams, keep it positive, and enjoy tonight's contest. We'll let the players play, the coaches coach, and the officials officiate, and the fans will stay positive. At this time, I'm going to announce the starting lineup for the visiting Warriors.
First off, here comes the starting lineup for the Brookline High Warriors.
At guard, number 15, Mikhail Hayes.
First off is number 15, Mikhail Hayes.
At guard, number 10, senior Zach Solomon.
Next up is number 10, Zach Solom.
At guard, number 15, junior guard Taj Horowitz.
And a surprise at the start, number 14, Taj Horowitz.
Senior Devani Perez.
Then number 25, Devani Perez.
Senior number 33, Jack Stanton.
And rounding it out, number 33, Jack Stanton.
This time I'm going to announce the starting lineup for your home Tigers from the north.
And now we get the hosting Newton North High Tigers.
Junior captain number 30, Jose Padilla.
They start off with number 30, Jose Padilla.
Junior forward number 33, Will Davis.
Next up is number 33, Will Davis.
Senior forward number 24, Florian Kuchin.
Next up is number 24, Florian Kuchin.
Senior guard number 1, Captain Murat Belichick.
Number 1, Murat
Senior
Beluchet.
forward number 10, Captain Holland Harkins.
And then rounding it out is number 10, Holland
This
Hargins.
time I'd like to ask everyone to stand for the playing of the national anthem.
And now here comes the national anthem. There was the playing of our national anthem, and now we are underway. An interesting thing to note for the Brookline starting lineup today, which features Mikhail Hayes, Zach Solom, Taj Horowitz, Devani Perez, and Jack Stanton. One of their typical starters, sophomore Andrew Alexienko, not in the starting lineup today, and I think I know why that is. I heard that he actually got ejected from Wednesday's game against Framingham, which I'm pretty sure by rule means he cannot play in the first half. So that, it'll be interesting to see how Brookline adjusts to that. Of course, Alexienko has been such a big contributor for them all season long. But here we go. They are against the Newton North starting lineup of Beluchet, Hargens, Kuchin, Padilla, and Davis. The jump ball is collected by Hargens and passed back to Beluchet, and we're underway. Beluchet tries to throw a pass. It's poked free by Perez and recovered by Hayes. Hayes bringing it up, decides to slow down and set up a proper play. Swings it over to Solom on the wing. Over to Perez in the opposite wing. 4-3, no good. And rebound is won by Newton North. Thrown ahead to Kuchin. Kuchin in transition, tries to get a pass, does get a pass. Layup is no good. Barely collected on the rebound by Newton North. Couple passes out and we got a foul. So that rebound was collected by Hargens after the defensive rebound was collected by Will Davis. As Brookline now takes over, still no score. As I think they just said out of bounds on that call. Solom hands it off to Hayes. Hayes starts to drive in, goes for a layup. No good, just off the tip of the rim. No score so far, rebound by Davis. Few quick passes around. Davis hands it off to Beluchet. Beluchet fires along two, no good. And the loose ball deflects out of bounds, last touched by Perez. So a lot of good looks, but no baskets so far to speak of here in the first minute of this one. 7:04 on the clock here in the first quarter. And now Newton North getting ready to inbound the ball. Davis looking around, inbounds to Padilla. Padilla holding it in the corner. Now gives it out to Kuchin. Kuchin from the wing, swings it over to Hargens. Hargens stops, throws it down low to Davis. Davis backing down, looking for the layup. No good, he gets his own rebound and puts in the basket. So that'll be 2-0 now in favor of Newton North, as Davis buries the first bucket of the game. And so again, Brookline not able to score, but this time a lucky break as a travel is committed by Padilla. 2-0 in favor of Newton North. The only basket so far by Will Davis, who is already asserting his size. Early in this one, long inbound to Perez. Perez holding it on the wing, pulls up for a long two, in and out, no good. Rebound, I guess, collected by Davis, as it's now passed ahead to Hargens. Hargens down low to Kuchin, who goes for the nice two-step and hits it. Hayes bringing the ball up for Brookline. 4-0 in favor of Newton North. Brookline struggling to hold the ball. This is Horowitz. Slings a long pass over to Hayes. Hayes pulls up for a long two and hits it. First points on the board for Brookline from number 15, Mikhail Hayes. Now a long two from Newton North, and they hit it. So that'll be a 6-2 score now in favor of Newton North after the jumper. Driving in now is Hayes. He gets blocked by Beluchet, kicks it out to Horowitz. Horowitz for three, off the mark. Rebound collected by Davis, and he throws it over to Hargens. Now to Beluchet, now to Padilla. Padilla down low, kicks it out to Beluchet. Beluchet for three, way off the mark. Air ball rebounded by Horowitz. Now Perez throws a long pass to Solom, and Solom gets hacked. First foul of the day is going to be against number 10, Holland Hargens.
Tiger foul on number 10. Hargens, his first, team's first.
That'll be his first foul, and first foul for either team. 6-2 the score in favor of Newton North as again, they've been asserting that presence down low. Solom, the first free throw, hits it. Makes it 6-3. And the second one is also good. Solom 2 for 2. 6-4 now the score in favor of the Tigers. Pass up top to Kuchin. Kuchin dribbles to his right, hands it off to Hargens. Hargens starts to dribble in, hits traffic, kicks it out to Kuchin. Kuchin steps in, throws it down low to Davis. Davis backing down, nowhere to go. A foul called on Stanton. That'll be first foul of the half for Brookline. So first personal, first team. And Davis will now be at the line shooting 2. First one is good. That makes it 7-4 in favor of Newton North. Second free throw is good, 8-4. Now the Tigers lead as the two teams trade free throws. Hayes with it on the wing, passes up top to Solom. Solom starts to dribble around in traffic, gives it over to Hayes. Hayes again on the wing, starts to dribble in, hits traffic, kicks it out to Horowitz. Horowitz sends it over to Stanton. Stanton going down low, goes for a reverse, no good, no foul, rebound by Davis. Couple quick passes, it's now with Padilla. Last pass finds home, but the shot is no good, well defended by Devani Perez. We got our first substitution of the day for Newton North. Number 4, Jason Antonellis checks in. I believe he's replacing number 10, Holland Hargens. Inbound gets to Davis as he kicks it out to Kuchin. Again, the long arms of Davis serving him well. As Belucci throws it down to Davis. Davis again backing down, goes for the shot and hits it again. Davis has been dominant early in this one. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's got 6 points already. Perez starts to dribble in, goes for the floater, no good, rebound Horowitz, put back, no good, rebound Davis. Again, Newton North running in transition, kicked out to an open Belucci for 3, no good, way off the mark again, rebound by Kuchin. Kicks it out, a fire from Antonellis for 3, no good, rebound Belucci, hits the putback. Early dominance for Newton North as they lead 12-4 with a timeout being called. Looking at the marks so far, Will Davis with 6 points and 7 rebounds in the first 4.5 minutes. You talk about a size advantage. As I said before, Will Davis listed at 6'8". And a slight correction on the fact regarding Andrew Alexienko from Olga Alexienko. Andrew got a technical foul last game and then fouled out, but he did not get ejected. So I appreciate the correction on that one, Olga. You know, like I said, I want to get my facts straight, so I appreciate that. But Brookline certainly missing him in the post against a lethal down low presence like Will Davis. Like I said, 6 points, 7 rebounds. You know, there's been plenty of missed shots early in this one. And Newton North is taking advantage on the rebound game. 12-4 the score as we come out of the Brookline timeout. Brookline has also brought in a substitution, number 23, Jaden Mazzara, and number 12, Jake Edwards. They replace Mikhail Hayes and Zach Solom. Perez hands off to Horowitz, who hands off to Mazzara. Mazzara hands off to Perez. Perez starts to dribble in, finds a lane, and finds the hoop for 2. So Brookline comes out fast with a score. Newton North not giving him any time to breathe. We got a long 3 off the mark, but a rebound is now ripped away by Perez. But are they calling the foul on Perez or on Newton North? No, they're calling it on Newton North on number 24, Florian Kuchin, who had the ball ripped away from him by Perez. who followed up his nice layup with a nice effort for the rebound. A long pass over to Jake Edwards. Edwards dribbles up top, swings it over to Horowitz in the corner. Horowitz dribbling with it, passes to a cutting Mazzara. Mazzara is stopped, hands off to Perez. Perez going right to the hoop. How about Devani Perez? Hits it and the foul. So Devani Perez cuts the lead to 12-8. He is finding those lanes early. That foul was called on number 14, Adam Landry. His first, team's third, as he now checks out for Holland Hargens. And Jose Padilla checks out as Marat Beluchet comes back into the game. Perez at the line for the and one. And makes it 12-9. Now the score still in favor of Newton North. Antonellis dribbling with it, spins around Perez, starts to drive in, hits traffic, kicks it out to Beluchet in the corner for three, hits it! A big three-pointer for the Tigers, makes it 15-9. Perez swings it over to Mazzara, now up top to Solom, who's back in the game. He pulls up for a long two, and he hits it. The game's starting to move fast now. The score now to 15-11 after Solom gets his first points, or his fourth points, I should say. He had a couple of free throws. Newton North operating with the lead. A long three from Antonellis. Oh, they're finding it from deep. Three-pointer from Jason Antonellis makes it 18-11. Perez dribbling up top, swings it over to Edwards on the wing. Edwards gives it to a cutting Jack Stanton, kicks it out to Mazzara. Mazzara the long three, off the mark. Rebound collected by Solom. Solom looking around off balance, gets it out to Mazzara. Mazzara sends it back up top to Solom. Solom driving in for the layup, off the mark. Rebound, I believe, by Davis. Couple passes intercepted by Mazzara. Mazzara steps in, kicks it out to Perez. Perez for the lay-in, and he hits it. Great unselfish play by Jaden Mazzara. On the transition play is now Newton North trying to answer right back, and the guy goes 5 steps without a travel, and they give the three to, I believe, Florian Kuchin. 21-13 is now the Newton North lead. Ball is lost out of bounds, stays with Brookline. Now coming back in is Jose Padilla replacing Florian Kuchin, as Mikhail Hayes also returns to the floor, replacing Devani Perez. Less than a minute left here in the first, 21-13, the Newton North advantage. Hayes dribbling up top, swings it over to Mazzara. Mazzara throws it to Solom. Solom dribbling around up top. Swings it over to Hayes. Hayes looking at his options. Oh, miscommunication and a shot clock violation to boot. .6 seconds left here in the first period. Inbound goes to Padilla. Padilla dribbling around. Gives it over to Beluchet. Beluchet now over to Antonellis. Antonellis dribbling along the wing, gets a pass away to Padilla. Padilla now dribbling to his left. Nice move to the hoop, and no good, an unlucky rim roll, but Holland Hargens with the putback makes it 23-13 as Brookline takes the ball. This is Hayes unloading for a long two, no good. Rebound again, won by Newton North, and a long shot by, I believe, Hargens is no good, and that is going to end the first quarter. The score after one, Newton North 23, Brookline 13. As we head into the break, I am happy to tell you that today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Music Go Round, New England's largest retailer of used musical equipment. Located on Route 9 in Natick, Music Go Round prides itself on the quality of its used products and the fair prices it offers to its customers, whether they're buying, selling, or trading in their used gear. Reuse, recycle, and rock. Visit Music Go Round, located on Route 9 in Natick, or go online at mgrboston.com to find out more. Once again, that's mgrboston.com. Stop by, have some fun, and be sure to thank them for sponsoring this broadcast. Another comment in the live chat from Yuli Burstein. When Andrew comes in, he won't have more rebounds, and I assume he's referring to Will Davis, whose rebound totals are now just 8. Just 1 rebound since that early flurry of rebounds, as there were a lot of early missed shots, so that makes some sense. Still, I believe the leading scorer for Newton North with 6. A couple players with 5, Florian Kuchin and Murat Beluchet, as they lead the scoring efforts for Newton North, which currently has the lead at 23-13. Coming into the second quarter, Brookline hoping to adjust after falling behind early. Checking into the game for the first time for Brookline is number 2, Sean Ebanks, as he's on the floor alongside Hayes, Perez, Stanton, and Mazzara. Hayes gives it over to Perez. He had a good first quarter, I believe about 6 points, as he now dribbles in, spins, goes to the hoop, and lays it in. If I'm not mistaken, that should be 8 points now for Devani Perez. Newton North quickly kicks it out to the corner. Almost trapped. He was trapped as he traveled. Good trap defense by Stanton and Perez as they trapped Holland Hargens along the baseline. The score is 23-15 in favor of Newton North. 7:35 to play here in the second quarter. Perez brings it up for the Warriors. Gives it over to Hayes. Brookline taking it slow this possession. Hayes dribbles around a pick, gives to Ebanks on the roll. Ebanks hits traffic and looks like he had an illegal movement there. They didn't signal travel. Might have just been a carry or a double dribble or something. I'm not sure. Carrying violation. As bringing it across half court is Padilla. Gives it over to Beluchet. Beluchet looking around from the wing, throws a pass to Antonellis. Antonellis backing down, gets trapped, kicks it out to Beluchet. They're passing it around the wheel. It finds Kuchin. Kuchin from the left wing, swings it over. They're running out of time. This is Antonellis backing down, again hitting traffic, throws a pass, and stuffed by Perez and recovered by Edwards. Perez throws it ahead to Hayes. Hayes holds it, starts to dribble across the middle, now goes to the hoop and hits it. Mikhail Hayes hits the layup and cuts the lead down to 6. Padilla throws it to a cutting Beluchet, who then cuts it out to Antonellis. He tries to step in. No angle. Can't hit the shot, but does draw the foul. That foul called against number 12, Jake Edwards, his first, Brookline's second, just second foul, as not a lot of fouls called early in this one. Antonellis at the line shooting 2, and the first one is off the mark. A sub checks back in for Brookline. Number 33, Jack Stanton, replaces Jaden Mazzara. Second free throw from Antonellis is in. He goes 1 for 2. As Antonellis then checks out following the successful free throw for number 33, Will Davis. 24-17, the Newton North lead. Mikhail Hayes running with it, kicks it out to Edwards, up top to Perez. Perez steps in, goes for an awkward layup, no good. Rebound is fought for, and they call jump ball. And the possession arrow goes to Newton North. So the Tigers take the ball with the 7-point lead, 2 minutes into this second quarter. Dribbling with it is Padilla. He sends it up top to Davis. Davis holding it, fakes one way and then passes the other way to Kuchin. Down low, and the ball is poked loose. It is out of bounds, will stay with Newton North. As it's now inbounded to Padilla. Padilla sends it out to Kuchin. Kuchin now gives it over to Padilla. Padilla kicks it back to Kuchin in the corner. Down low to Davis. Davis backing down. He's smothered. Throws it out to Padilla for three. No good. Rebound by Hayes. Hayes dribbling with it, trying to work in transition. Bring it slowly across half court. Starts to dribble in. Long floater. No good. Well defended by Beluchet. Rebound collected, I believe, by Kuchin, who now gets the ball. Swings it over to Padilla in the corner for three. No good. Another rebound by Hayes. Given over to Perez now. Perez bringing it across half court. Throws it over to Ebanks. Ebanks dribbling, loses the ball, and it's picked up by Kuchin. Passes it. This is Hargens giving it over, and stepping out of bounds is Jose Padilla. And now we got a mass of substitutions for Brookline. Among them, Zach Solom, Jaden Mazzara, Taj Horowitz, and seeing the floor for the first time in months, number 34, Obi Ukamadu. Welcome back, Mr. Ukamadu. As Mazzara brings it across half court, swings it over to Solom on the wing. Solom dribbling with it, decides to cut in. Running floater is blocked by Davis and recovered by Beluchet. Beluchet now passes another pass to Hargens, goes for the shot, blocked by Ukamadu. Already making his presence known down low. The senior forward is definitely back. Horowitz now dribbling with it for Brookline up top. He starts to go on the dribble drive, loses the ball, it's ripped away, and ultimately the loose ball recovered by Beluchet. Long pass deflected away by Ukamadu, saved by Solom, and recovered ultimately by Ukamadu. Now that's a defensive presence that Brookline has been wanting badly while he's been lost to injury. And now they have it back. Mazzara up top gives it over to Solom. Solom swings it over to Ukamadu. Now back to Solom. Solom steps back, goes for three. No good. Rebound won by Kuchin as he gives it over to Beluchet. Beluchet dribbling with it, goes around a pick, starts to drive in, and it's knocked away from him by Mazzara, and he gets the deflection. Brookline ball. Plenty of exciting defense in this one, but it has yet to translate to the scoreboard. Newton North still leading by 7 as they bring in Jason Antonellis replacing Marat Beluchet, and a couple more substitutions. Number 21, Tyler Randall, seeing the floor for the first time. And one more substitution in is number 2, Dylan Taylor. Mazzara bringing it up for the Warriors. Cross half court, gives it awkwardly to Ukamadu. Ukamadu dribbles across, passes over to Solom. Solom fakes, drives in, goes for an awkward layup. How on earth did he hit that? Zach Solom fighting for that layup as he cuts the lead down to 5, 24-19. Pass goes down low. This is Davis. Davis turns around, goes for the shot. No good, but he draws the foul on Stanton. That'll be Stanton's second foul today. Third team foul for Brookline as Will Davis goes to the line to shoot 2. If I'm not mistaken, he was perfect from the line his last trip there. And this one, the first one's off the mark. For Brookline, Devani Perez comes back in, replacing Taj Horowitz. 3 minutes and 11 seconds on the clock here in the second, as the second free throw from Davis is good. 25-19. Now the score in favor of Newton North. Perez across half court he goes, gives it over to Solom on the wing. Solom gets trapped, does not escape. Loose ball is picked up by number 21, Tyler Randall, for the lay-in. 27-19, now the score in favor of the Tigers. As Mazzara dribbling with it, hits traffic, kicks it out to Perez. Perez pulls up from the wing, decides against shooting, throws it down low to Solom, outside to Ukamadu. Ukamadu almost loses the ball, but gives it to a cutting Solom, who is blocked, but out of bounds was Will Davis. Just 10 seconds on the shot clock. Brookline's got to pay his attention to that. Mikhail Hayes now checks in, replacing Solom. And again, Will Davis making his presence known down low for Newton North. 27-19 is the score. Awkward throw into Perez, who goes for an even awkwarder layup. Doesn't hit it, but a loose ball on the rebound is ultimately picked up by Randall. Stanton had it for a second, but couldn't keep control of it, as now Antonellis dribbling with it across half court, driving in, goes for the layup and hits it. A 10-point lead now for the Tigers. Perez brings it across half court for the Warriors, passes over to Hayes. Hayes looking around, up top to Stanton. Stanton for three, no good. Rebound by Davis, throws it quickly to Beluchit. Beluchit going in, goes for the shot, no good. Rebound by Hayes. Hayes running with it, throws it to Mazzara. Mazzara, the easy layup. Good transition reaction for Brookline, but they still trail 29-21. With a minute 46 seconds left in the second quarter, let's take a brief look at the scoring spread. For Brookline, the leader is pretty clear. Devani Perez with 9, Zach Solom with 6 of his own, Mikhail Hayes with 4, and Jaden Mazzara with his first 2 of the game on that last layup. Meanwhile, for Newton North, a pretty good, solid spread. The leader with 7 points is Will Davis. And then after that with 6 is Jason Antonellis. And then 5 each for Florian Kuchin and Marat Beluchit, Holland Hargens with 4, and Tyler Randall with 2. And of course, the whopping 9 rebounds for Will Davis, more than anyone else in the game, more than Brookline's entire team possibly. Hard to say. As got to give a shout out to my new volunteer assistant and stat keeper, Nathan Turetsky, helping me out for the first time today, giving me these little fun facts that I can bring to you. So a minute 46 left here in the second. The inbound will be for Newton North with an 8-point lead. Inbound to Antonellis, now given to Beluchit. Beluchit dribbling against Horowitz, passes across half court to Antonellis. Antonellis dribbling against Hayes. He stops, throws a pass over. Now another pass down low to Davis. Davis decides to throw it up top to Taylor. Now swung over to Beluchit. Now sent up top. Kuchin for 3, and he misses. My mistake. As that one is well missed out of bounds, as now Jake Edwards checks back into the game, replacing Jack Stanton. Mikhail Hayes bringing it up for Brookline. They trail by 8 in the last minute of the half. Hayes throws to Edwards. Edwards looking around, starts to dribble in. Edwards throws it out to Perez. Perez fakes, dribbles in, throws one last pass, and it's intercepted. Tyler Randall on the interception, gives it to Kuchin. Kuchin runs in and travels. The defense by Taj Horowitz throwing him off there, and again, no foul call, as there haven't been a lot of foul calls either way. As seeing the floor for the first time for Newton North is number 22, Joe Murphy. He replaces Florian Kuchin. Perez bringing it up for the Warriors. Dribbling around. Throws to a cutting Horowitz, who goes for the layup and is smothered. Rebound by Murphy. Throws a pass, another quick pass over to Taylor. Now kicks it out to Randall. Randall dribbling in, goes for an awkward layup, no good, but he draws the foul. 41.9 seconds left. That one's going to be called against Jake Edwards, his second, Brookline's fourth. First free throw is off the mark from Tyler Randall, as Jaden Mazzara checks in, replacing Obi Ukamadu. Second free throw from Randall. This one is good. Newton North has reached 30. Perez bringing it up for Brookline, just over 30 seconds left in this one. Edwards looking around, sends it up top to Horowitz. Now over to Perez. Now to a cutting Mazzara, a long three, and he hits it. A big tray for Jaden Mazzara as he now has 5 points today, and Brookline now trails by 6 with 20 seconds left in the half. Dribbling with it is Beluchit. Beluchit dribbling around against Hayes. Hayes stole it away. Hayes in transition goes for the land. No good, but he draws the foul. Some stellar on-ball defense by Mikhail Hayes. Third steal of the game for Mikhail Hayes so far as he draws the foul from Tyler Randall, his second team's fourth. First free throw from Hayes is good. He cuts it to 5. As coming in for Brookline is number 21, Zach Weissman, replacing Devani Perez. We got a flurry of substitutions for Brookline and for Newton North, as Florian Kuchin, Will Davis, and Jose Padilla check in for the Tigers. The Tigers wanting their strong rebounders out there so they can get a guaranteed one last shot at the hoop with 6.5 seconds left. Second free throw is off the mark from Hayes. A long pass from Davis. Now down to Kuchin. Kuchin trying to get the shot up in time, and he can't. Ball was poked loose by Mazzara. And now at halftime, the score, Newton North 30, Brookline 25. As we head into this break now, a word from our sponsors. First, from Music Go Round. Music Go Round is the largest retailer of used musical equipment in New England and is the perfect place to go for both buying and selling used gear. Music Go Round prides itself on the quality of its used products, which are all tested and retested to ensure they're in great working condition and sold at a great price. And when you bring in your own equipment to sell or to trade, the store's certified buyers will offer you a fair price. They will explain the basis of the offer and even tell you how much they hope to resell it for, operating on a model of complete transparency. Reuse, recycle, and rock. Visit Music Go Round, located at 810 Worcester Street on Route 9 in Natick, or call the store for more information at 508-647-6874. Once again, that's 810 Worcester Street on Route 9 in Natick, or call 508-647-6874. And be sure to thank the folks at Music Go Round for sponsoring this broadcast. And now a word from our other sponsor, Harvest Wealth Management. We have a message for all you parents out there listening to the game who are thinking about how you're going to pay for college for your young student athletes. It is never too early to start planning for college, especially if you think you'll need financial aid. The average cost of a private 4-year college in the U.S. today is over $50,000 per year. And if your student is interested in one of the many top-tier colleges in the Boston area, the cost could exceed $70,000 a year. But don't despair. There are many financial aid and other college funding strategies available to you to reduce your out-of-pocket college costs by tens of thousands of dollars per child per year. But you need to start early, be proactive, and learn the financial aid rules to take advantage of these strategies. Harvest Wealth Management of Needham, Massachusetts can help you realize your student's college dream. Harvest Wealth Management is a full-service financial planning firm. They specialize in helping families with college-bound children maximize their financial aid and utilize other tax-driven strategies to reduce college costs. For many families in the middle class today, it is impossible to save enough for their children's college education. Harvest Wealth Management believes it is not about saving more for college, but paying less. They can design a customized college funding strategy for your child and lead you through the financial aid process, which can be confusing and where mistakes can be costly. So don't stress. Call Oliver Shawley at Harvest Wealth Management, 781-902-0981, and ask for a complimentary meeting, or visit them online at harvestwm.com to learn more. Again, that is Harvest Wealth Management, LLC, located at 75 2nd Avenue, Suite 420, Needham, Massachusetts, 02494. Call 781-902-0981 0981 or go online at harvestwm.com. Advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, a registered investment advisor. So thanks again to both of our paying sponsors for today. And now a shout out to a local charity doing some good for the Brookline community, and that is very appropriately named the Brookline Community Foundation. For over 100 years, the Brookline Community Foundation has been a trusted partner, supporting Brookline by investing in organizations and initiatives that help create opportunity and promote equity for everyone who lives, learns, works, and plays in our community. Among the foundation's many grant programs is the BCF Scholarship Fund for Brookline High School, which provides graduating BHS students with scholarships to help fund post-secondary education. To date, 75 BHS students have received scholarships from the fund to help them as they build their future. Your support is crucial to supporting Brookline youth as they embark on the next steps in their educational journeys. Visit brooklinecommunity.org to learn more about the BCF Scholarship Fund for Brookline High School and how you can make a difference right here in Brookline. Once again, brooklinecommunity.org. And of course, as always, you can find out more about our paying sponsors and the local charity we shout out in the description section of this video. You know, links and phone numbers for groups like Music Go Round, Harvest Wealth Management, and of course the Brookline Community Foundation. In that description, you can also find a URL to my personal website, jessesports.com, where you can find out more about me, the services I provide, and how you can commission those services. You can also email me directly at the email address shown in the description, jgms88@gmail.com. And you can also follow me on Instagram, link to my Instagram account in the description of the video, where I typically post highlights from the games that I have previously covered. And as always, if you're enjoying the broadcast, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams, and leave your comments in the live chat, as we've had plenty of good ones already, including a shout out from former BHS and current, I believe, Kimball Union player Theo Murray. Yes, sir, JKM. As I believe he was shouting out Jaden Mazzara after that nice three late in the game that put a dent in the Newton North lead at the time. The advantage after two is 30-25 in favor of the home team. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I'm going to go off the mic for a couple minutes. We've got a little less than 4 minutes left on the halftime clock, but I will be back, so be sure to stay tuned.
Can they hear me when I talk or no?
Hit OK, and then it shows up. So yeah, just keep that open. And in fact, I'm not even sure if you need to hit OK. I don't know, but
So if I just keep it, I mean, then you can't really see, I guess.
Well, no, I can see here, and I can see there. This is like the third thing I can see.
Okay, alright. Maybe I just put it like,
Yeah, that should be good.
maybe even make it smaller.
Yeah, there. Oh. See, this is why I bring you on. You got the smart ideas. You got the smart ideas. And then we can tell if that just pops up and doesn't wait for us. Yeah, 'cause this is exactly what folks see at home.
All right.
That'll be a huge help for me. Because you saw me scrambling to move the camera while I was doing
Yeah,
it.
no, I did. Yeah, sorry. I
No,
felt very
hey.
guilty. I was like, I
Hey.
told him I would do it. Yeah,
Man, it's your first rookie game, basically.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
good, man. This is where we learn. And I'm back on the mic, Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I'm here at the gym at Newton North High School in Newton, Massachusetts, bringing you this high school boys basketball contest between two rival schools, the Brookline High Warriors and the Newton North High Tigers. As we get ready to start the second half, Newton North with a 5-point lead over Brookline, 30-25. And of course, one of the big stories of that first half has to be the big rebounding disparity between Newton North and Brookline, led by the large 6'8" junior for the Tigers, number 33, Will Davis. And of course, also helped out by the absence of a guy who is now out on the floor for Brookline. Get excited, Warriors fans. He is here. The sophomore sensation, number 1, Andrew Alexeyenko. Brookline certainly felt his absence in the post in that first half, but now they've got him. And they're certainly happy to have him as they come out with a second half starting lineup of Alexeyenko, Stanton, Perez, Hayes, and Horowitz. Perez bringing it up for Brookline. He had a strong first half with 9 points. He passes it over to Stanton. Stanton out to Perez. Perez holding it up top, gives it back over to Stanton. Stanton swings it over to Horowitz in the corner. Throw down to Alexeyenko, and no good on the lay-in, but the loose ball is recovered by Hayes. Hayes running with it, kicks it out to Perez. Perez now dribbling in, throws a pass out to Alexeyenko. Alexeyenko fakes, dribbles in, nice two-step to the basket. Already making his presence known as Andrew Alexeyenko. I didn't quite see what that whistle was about, but either way, the score is 30-27 now in favor of Newton North, and Andrew Alexeyenko's presence already being felt. A throw down low to Will Davis, and he goes for the shot, hits it, and draws the foul. That foul is going to be against Jack Stanton, his third, Brookline's first of the second half. Jack Stanton easily with the toughest defensive assignment here today, so even if he doesn't come out with the best numbers, you got to respect the effort against a really tough matchup, as the rebound is collected off the free throw by Taj Horowitz. Perez dribbling with it on the wing, spins to the hoop, barely collects the ball, goes for a very awkward lay-in, no good, rebound by Davis. Padilla swings a long pass, stolen by Horowitz. Taj Horowitz in transition, running to the hoop. Can't hit the layup, but he draws the foul. That play was the Taj Horowitz special right there. That's what Brookline looks for him off the bench, is that scrappy, good instincts, defensive presence. You know, he may not be the most prolific scorer, but he's a very good complementary piece as he now goes to the line for 2. Hits the first one. Deficit now down to 4. As he drew the foul from number 33, Will Davis. That is his first and Newton North's first of the half. Second free throw for Horowitz is off the mark. Rebound is collected by Kuchin. Pass to Holland Hargens. Hargens dribbling, he hands it off to Padilla. Padilla dribbling up top, starts to dribble in, kicks it out to Beluchet. Beluchet now over to Hargens. Hargens throws it down low to Kuchin. Kuchin goes for the reverse layup and he hits it. 34-28 is now the Newton North lead off that layup from Kuchin. Perez now bringing it up, throws it to Horowitz. Horowitz looking around from the wing, dribbles around a pick, now throws it to Alexienko. Alexienko backing down, still backing down, looking around, floats a long pass over to Perez in the corner. Perez starts to dribble in, tries to throw an extra pass, but Ebanks wasn't ready for it, and that's going to be out of bounds. Inbound to Padilla, as Padilla brings it up for Newton North. Gives it over to Beluchet. Beluchet throws to a cutting Hargens. Hargens down low, loses the ball, and it's just recovered by Perez. That one might have been loose by Ebanks. Alexienko holding it, gives it out to Perez. Perez dribbling with it, starts to dribble in, throws an extra pass, it deflects and finds Horowitz. Horowitz for three, no good. Rebound knocked loose and picked up by Newton North. This is going to be an easy one for Kuchin as he dunks it. Florian Kuchin bringing the hammer down on that transition bucket as Newton North now leads by 8. 36-28 is now the score in favor of Newton North. Brookline came out with a strong first offensive possession, finishing with a two-step layup for Andrew Alexienko. But since then, they've been outscored 6-1. As Newton North has answered well in kind. With that dunk, Kuchin now has 9 points as he matches Will Davis for the team lead in points.
Next time if Davis scores, he has a double-double.
And of course, Will Davis, the dominant rebounder, he's also got 11 rebounds so far today. So one more point, basket or free throw, and Davis is going to have a double-double for the day as he continues to assert his dominance down low. You know, again, if you look at this game and you look at the stat sheet after and you see one of Brookline's bigs like Jack Stanton with like almost no points and maybe a couple of fouls, understand he's got the toughest defensive assignment as that assignment is now relegated to one of the backups, and that is Obi Ukamadu, who was checked in. Perez throws it over to Horowitz on the wing. Horowitz throws it up top. Ukamadu for three. No good. Rebound by Perez, but he lost it, but he drew the foul. Devani Perez is going to go to the line as we're going to say he was in the process of doing a putback shot. As that foul is called against Florian Kuchin, his team's second. First free throw rolls in for Perez, as I believe that crosses him over into double digits for the day. 10 points so far for Perez. 2 for 2 for Devani Perez. He now has 11. And Brookline cuts the lead to 6 as Zach Solom checks back into the game for Brookline, replacing Taj Horowitz. Inbound goes to Jason Antonellis. Antonellis slowly coming across half court. Gives it over to Beluchet. Beluchet tries to throw a pass, and we've got a foul. I'm not sure if they're calling a reach on Hayes or if they're calling an off-ball foul. Oh, that's going to be against Alexienko, so that's an off-ball foul. Oops. As now Newton North gets ready to inbound off the foul call. Inbound to Davis. Davis is smothered from behind, loses the ball, but he just falls on it. And we got a jump ball call. Possession arrow is still going to be to Newton North as Brookline got the opening possession of the quarter. Good help defense, though, from Mikhail Hayes. as they've put Alexienko on Davis defensively. Inbound to Belucci, throw down to Davis. Davis again has the ball ripped from him. Oh, but he recovers. Oh, it's ripped away again. Another steal for Devani Perez. Perez running with it in transition. Long floater, no good. Rebound by Alexienko. Alexienko for the layup, no good, but he draws the foul. That's going to be Davis's second foul. Team's third as Alexienko goes to the line to shoot 2. Brookline down by 6 with 4:51 on the clock here in the third. First one for Alexienko is good. As for the Tigers, Jose Padilla comes in replacing Will Davis. Second free throw, Alexienko goes 2 for 2 and cuts the lead down to 4. As for Brookline, they make another substitution. I believe that's Jaden Mazzara replacing Obiu Kamadu. Dribbling with it is Antonellis. He turns around, resets, passes to Belucci, who throws it to a cutting Padilla. Padilla then kicks it back out to Belucci. Belucci looking around. And we got another foul call. Another non-shooting foul against Brookline. That's going to be against number 10, Zach Solom. His first, team's third. Inbound goes to Belucci. Now thrown to Padilla. Padilla dribbling up top, swings it over to Belucci for 3. No good. Rebound, Alexienko. Perez dribbling with it. Kicks it to Solom. Solom for 3, off the mark. Rebound collected by Belucci and thrown to Antonellis. Thrown across, and now Padilla running with it. Kicks it to an open man and an easy layup for Kuchin. 38-32. As Brookline still trying to claw their way back. Hayes dribbling with it. Kicks it out awkwardly to Perez. Perez looking around. Tries the pick and roll. It's not there, but now he kicks it out to Alexienko. Alexienko pulls up for a long 2. Gets it! Alexienko cuts the lead back down to 4 as Padilla brings it across half court for Newton North. Dribbling, looking around, gives it over to Kuchin. Kuchin a bit of a mismatch against Solom, and he's going to drive in. Goes for the shot, hits it, no foul. (40-34) is now the score as it's passed to Alexienko. Another long 2, no good this time. Rebound collected by Belucci, and he draws a foul. Zach Solom is going to check out for Taj Horowitz as he was called for his second foul and Brookline's 4th foul of the half. Newton North with another inbound off a non-shooting foul. Inbound thrown to Kuchin. Kuchin throws it to, I believe, Davis, who gives it to Belucci. Belucci dribbling around, gives it to Kuchin. Kuchin looking around, throws a pass to Hargens. Holland Hargens dribbling with it, throws a pass to Davis. Davis, awkward shot, no good. Fighting for his own rebound, and ultimately the rebound is won by Alexienko. Brookline trails by 6. 2.5 minutes left in the quarter. Mazzara dribbling with it. Gives it to Alexienko. Alexienko starts to dribble. Looking around. Backing up. Starts dribbling, kicks it out to Hayes. Now Hayes dribbling up top, goes around the pick. Sides dribble in, cuts it out to Horowitz. Horowitz runs to the hoop, no good, and an offensive foul on Horowitz. That's now going to be 5 fouls against Brookline and 3 against Horowitz. 2 minutes and 16 seconds left here in the third quarter. Newton North leads Brookline 40-34. Hargens throws an inbound to Kuchin. Kuchin to Davis. Davis dribbling with it, gives it to Kuchin. Kuchin hands to Beluchet. Beluchet starts dribbling in, throws to a cutting Padilla, who cuts it out to Kuchin in the corner. Kuchin throws it down low to Davis. Davis looking around, turning around, shot no good. Well defended by Alexienko, but a loose ball foul is going to be called against Perez. Got a little too physical with Padilla on that rebound collection. Brookline's 6th foul. As they say it was against Mazzara, but I'm pretty sure that was Perez. Might be a slight error on the scoreboard, or maybe I missed something. Oh, ball is immediately poked loose, and another foul is called. And now Newton North is shooting the bonus as Alexienko commits his 2nd foul and the team's 7th. So now Newton North is going to be shooting the 1-and-1 the rest of the way. Will Davis, his team leading by 6. He's at the line for 1-and-1, and he misses the first one, and the rebound is out of bounds, last touched by Newton North. Into the game for Brookline comes number 33, Jack Stanton. He replaces Taj Horowitz. So Brookline going with a bigger lineup now as they trail by 6 with less than 2 minutes left in the third. Perez brings it up for Brookline, swings it over to Hayes. Hayes dribbling with it. Starts to cut in. Awkward lay-in, no good. Rebound by Mazzara. Mazzara rips it, gives it to Hayes. Hayes, another layup try. Again, no good. Rebound by Kuchin. Beluchet dribbling with it for Newton North. Starts to drive in, gets a pass to Davis, and Davis hits another layup. 42-34 is now the score in favor of Newton North. Pass to Alexienko. He kicks it out to Perez. Perez fakes, steps, goes for a 3, no good. Rebound is poked loose and recovered by Mazzara. Mazzara passes to Perez. Perez runs in, throws a pass out to Alexienko for a 3, no good. Rebound by Stanton. Stanton for the putback, no good. Rebound by Davis. And now a desperate pass intercepted by Alexienko. Good press. Alexienko running in, throws a pass, but commits the charge. Really smart defensive move by Holland Hargens, and Brookline's offense cannot seem to find a bucket. They had a 3-on-1 there and still couldn't get the easy basket as Alexienko went just a little too hard and to Holland Hargens. Inbound goes to Kuchin. Now back to Hargens, now over to Davis. Davis dribbling with it up top. Swings a pass over to Kuchin. Kuchin throws, or no, now it's with Kuchin from Padilla. Long 3 from Kuchin, no good. Rebound by Padilla. Given to Kuchin. Now over to Davis. Davis throws out to Padilla. Padilla dribbling with it up top. And a foul is going to be called against Devani Perez as he got too aggressive trying to get that steal. That's going to be foul number 9 on Brookline. And I think they're saying the first foul of the game against Devani Perez. As number 22, Joe Murphy, checks into the game, along with, I think, number 21, Tyler Randall. Newton North leads by 8 with 13.3 seconds left here in the third quarter. First of the 1-and-1 is good. Lead for Newton North is now 9. Padilla at the line trying to make it double digits. And he does. 44-34, the Newton North lead. Hayes dribbling with it. starts to drive in, kicks it out. Long three from Mazzara is blocked. It must have been a steal back by Ukamadu. He fires a desperate shot, no good. And that ends the third quarter. After three, the score, Newton North 44, Brookline 34. As we get ready for the fourth and final quarter, let's take a look at the stats. Will Davis has recorded a double-double with 11 points and 12 rebounds. Florian Kuchin has matched that 11-point mark with 2 boards of his own. Holland Hargens with 6 points and 2 boards. Marat Beluchit with 5 points and 2 boards. And then Tyler Randall with 3 points and a single rebound. So that sums up the scoring for Newton North. For Brookline, Devani Perez, the only double-digit scorer with 11 points to go with 3 steals and I think 3 blocks. Following him, we got 2 with 6 points. Andrew Alexienko, who just came in and scored 6 points in 1 quarter of play, to combine with 3 rebounds and an assist. Zach Solom with 6 points, 1 rebound. Mikhail Hayes with 5 points, 3 boards, and 3 steals. And then the only other scorer is a single point off a free throw from Taj Horowitz, who also has 2 boards and 1 steal. Again, shout out to my volunteer assistant and statistician, Nathan Turetsky, as he is helping me give you the best coverage I can here in this exciting Division I high school boys basketball contest. Brookline facing a severe uphill battle here in the final quarter of play. They trail by 10, and nothing seems to be working for them offensively. Hayes dribbling with the ball off the inbound. Starts to drive in, and running floater, no good. Rebound collected by, I believe, Kuchin. Padilla dribbling with it, still dribbling. Throws a pass to Beluchit. Beluchit now throws it to Davis. Davis throws it up top to Kuchin. Kuchin starts to dribble in, now kicks it out to Holland Hargens. Hargens throws it out to Kuchin. Kuchin the wide open 3, and he hits it. Newton North starts the fourth with a bang and now goes up 13. Kuchin now with a game-high 14 points. Perez throws a long pass to Mazzara in the corner. Mazzara dribbles, almost gets trapped, throws it up top to Hayes. Hayes dribbling, hands off to Mazzara. Mazzara dribbling up top, starts to dribble in, hits traffic, looking around, passes out to Stanton. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Hayes with it, running in, goes for an awkward shot, doesn't hit it, but does draw a foul. That'll be against number 10, Holland Hargens, his second, Newton North's 4th in this half, as Mikhail Hayes goes to the line to shoot 2. First free throw from Hayes is good, as Andrew Alexienko and Taj Horowitz check in, replacing Jack Stanton and Jaden Mazzara. Hayes still at the line for one more. Off the mark on the second. Rebound is scrambled for, but Ukamadu couldn't keep it in bounds. Newton North ball. Inbound to Beluchit. Beluchit dribbling. Cross half court. Crosses up, drives in. Long 2, no good. Rebound by Ukamadu. Thrown over to Perez. Now over to Alexienko. Alexienko steps back for 3, no good. Rebound by, I believe, Davis. Long pass to Kuchin. Kuchin stepping in, goes for the shot and hits it. Oh, Brookline, a couple of long passes. Right to Hayes. Kicks it out to Alexienko. Alexienko for 3, way off the mark. As again, now running in transition, this is Newton North. Jose Padilla hits the layup. 51-35, as Newton North opens the quarter with a 7-1 run to now take a 16-point lead over the Warriors. Timeout is called. 6 minutes and 9 seconds on the clock. Newton North showing why the MIAA had them higher ranked in the most recent rankings. They were ranked 2nd, Brookline was ranked 6th. And Brookline's offense just cannot seem to buy a basket in this one, as Florian Kuchin, after this explosion, he scored 5 of the team's 7 points in this 7-1 run to open the quarter. He now has a game-high 16 points. Between Davis and Kuchin, Newton North just has a substantial size advantage in this season that allows them to really assert their dominance down low. Now, Brookline was able to get the job done back in January on their home floor. But today, offensively, they have not been able to find a rhythm. Out of the timeout. We'll see if Brookline is able to make any adjustments. The inbound to Hayes. Brings it across half court, swings over to Perez. Perez looking around, throws it to Hayes. Hayes swings a long one over to Perez. Perez, another long one to Hayes. Now over to Alexienko, to Perez, quickly to Horowitz. Horowitz for 3, and Horowitz hits the 3. Makes it 38 for Brookline. As Newton North now trying to answer back. Pass goes over to Hargens. Hargens swings it over to Davis. Davis dribbling with it, and now a foul call against Alexienko. And this one will trigger the double bonus, as that will be Brookline's 10th foul of the game. And that is 4 fouls now for Andrew Alexienko. And 10 fouls against Brookline, as Will Davis goes to the line to shoot the double bonus. His first is good. 52-38 as Jaden Mazzara checks in, replacing Mikhail Hayes. Second free throw from Davis, rolls out, rebound by Alexienko. Perez now dribbling. Swings pass over to Mazzara. Mazzara fakes, dribbles, gives it to Perez. Now throws it down to Ukamadu. Ukamadu goes for the reverse, not there. Ball is lost out of bounds, stays with Brookline. But again, you can see part of the problem. Brookline's not able to get any easy buckets even when they make the right moves, simply because of the length that Newton North has down low. Mazzara inbounds to Horowitz, now out to Perez, to Ukamadu, to Mazzara. Mazzara back out to Ukamadu, back over to Perez. Perez fakes, dribbles in, running floater, hits it. Brookline now crosses 40, but they still trail by 12. Dribbling with it, Jose Padilla. Throws it to Davis. Davis looking around, gives it to Antonellis. Antonellis gives it to Kuchin. Kuchin dribbling in, throws an extra pass, no good. Stolen away by Horowitz. Horowitz on the run, tries to step around, and he draws the defensive foul. That foul is going to be against Jason Antonellis. You could see him trying to take the charge against Horowitz. Horowitz trying to step around it, and he ends up tripping over Antonellis' foot. And they're going to say that was in the process of shooting, as that was Newton North's 5th foul. And so Horowitz will be at the line shooting 2. First one is off the mark. Second free throw is good. Horowitz goes 1 for 2, cuts the lead down to 11, and now checks out in favor of Zach Solom. 52-41 as the inbound draws a foul. That's going to be against Jaden Mazzara. Brookline still in the double bonus, and they will be the rest of the way. Every foul by Brookline now is going to send Newton North to the line for 2. That is Mazzara's second foul individually. 4 minutes, 36 seconds on the clock here in the fourth. Tigers lead the Warriors by 11. Jose Padilla's first free throw is successful. 53-41. And the second one is also good. Padilla 2 for 2 as Newton North now leads by 13. Perez rifles a pass down low to Ukamadu, and Ukamadu hits the layup. A heads-up find by Devani Perez on the assist. As Ukamadu gets his, I believe, first 2 points of the game. Driving in is Antonellis, and he draws another foul. That one is called against Devani Perez, his second. And shooting the double bonus now will be Antonellis. His team leads by 11. First one is good. Newton North doing exactly what they need to do at the line. I mean, when you're shooting the double bonus, I mean, you just got to make those free throws. You can't be giving them free points to try and make up on each possession. And right now, Newton North isn't. 4 for their last 4. Perez spins in, passes to an open Ukamadu. Obi Ukamadu now with 4 off another nice assist from Devani Perez. Padilla dribbles across half court, tries to dribble around a pick, almost gets trapped and has to pass away to Antonellis. Now passes to a cutting Florian Kuchin, and Kuchin steps on the line out of bounds. And now we got a timeout called, I think, by Newton North. 56-45. Brookline running out of time to try and get back into this one. As Perez brings it up. Gives it over to Horowitz. Horowitz now throws it up top to Ukamadu. Now over to Perez. Perez misses Horowitz. And that's another turnover. 56-45 remains the score in favor of Newton North as the inbound goes to Antonellis. Or no, Beluchet, excuse me. Murat Beluchet across half court for Newton North. Inbound to Kuchin. Kuchin to Davis down low. He gets smothered, and that's a jump ball. No foul call, but the possession arrow is pointed to Newton North. Nice block by Alex Sayenko. As the inbound goes to Padilla. Padilla starts to dribble in, kicks it out to a man in the corner for three, no good. Rebound collected by Padilla off the missed shot from Hargens. Now an outlet pass is intercepted by Ukamadu. Obi Ukamadu having a nice game in his return as it's now thrown to Alex Yanko, no good on the three. Rebound by Beluchit as he throws a long pass across to Padilla, now to Davis, now outside to Kuchin. Kuchin for another three, no good. Rebound and a foul called on Alexienko. That's 5 fouls on Alexienko. And they are probably going to have him check out. That's tough for Alexienko, coming off a game in Framingham where he fouled out, and now playing just one half of basketball, he's still got 5 fouls. As we got a timeout called with 2 minutes and 54 seconds left here in the fourth. When we come back from the timeout, Newton North, I believe, will be shooting the double bonus. I'm not sure if the bonuses don't apply for a loose ball foul like that. But as it is, if you're Brookline at this point, you know, you just got to set incremental goals at this point. It's a double-digit game with less than 3 minutes left. Is really hard to come back into at this point at the high school level, as Will Davis will be shooting 2. First free throw is off the mark. First miss at the stripe we've seen in a good bit for Newton North. Second free throw for Davis is in. The lead is now 12. Perez dribbling with it. Almost loses track of the ball, but recovers, gives it out to Ukamadu, who gives it back to Perez. Perez slings it over to Horowitz. Horowitz starts dribbling, tries a pass, it's deflected, and somehow ricochets all the way to Perez. Perez loses the ball himself, and it's lost out of bounds. If there's one thing Coach Courtney Valentine is going to be talking to his team about in practice, or at the very least in the locker room after this game, got to get rid of those empty possessions, got to get rid of those turnovers. It's Padilla up top, dribbling around a pick, goes for a long 2 and hits it. Just as Brookline struggles to find their rhythm, Newton North starts to find theirs. They now lead by 14 with 2 minutes left. Pass to Stanton. Now out to Horowitz, over to Ukamadu. Ukamadu over to Solom. Solom dribbling around, drives in, kicks it out, misses. Stanton, another turnover. Brookline just completely off their rhythm right now as Hayes and Mazzara check in, replacing Horowitz and Solom. Padilla dribbling with it. Cross half court, gives to Kuchin. Kuchin looking around, pass to Beluchit. Beluchit throws to Davis. Davis out to Kuchin. Kuchin, the long 3, hits it. Florian Kuchin now with 19 points, and a timeout is called by Newton North after they hit that one and make it a 17-point game with 1 minute and 35 left in this game. So with 1:35, Brookline inbounding. Hayes gets to Perez. Perez to Mazzara. Mazzara unloads for three, no good. Rebound by Kuchin. It's just been a day of frustration stacking up for Brookline. Shots haven't been falling, and then when shots don't fall, you start getting impatient and making more sloppy mistakes, as coming in for another layup is Jose Padilla. He makes it 64-45. As Hayes runs in and draws the foul, Newton North now has 3 players in double figures, with Kuchin, Davis, and now Padilla collecting his 9th and 10th points off that layup. And he is called for that foul, his first of the day, Newton North's 6th, as Hayes goes to the line to shoot 2. Hayes does not get the rim roll, and that's really been the story for Brookline today. They're not getting the bounces on the tough borderline shots, and they're not getting the easy shots because of Newton North's strong presence down low. And I think once that happened, the team started to get a little impatient, got a little antsy, and started making sloppier and sloppier mistakes, as Hayes goes 1 for 2 and cuts the lead down to 18. Couple quick passes, and now Newton North just moving the ball around after a massive substitution. Stolen away by Hayes. Hayes running in transition, tries a pass off the mark. Mazzara has to try and save it inbounds, and it's recovered by Newton North. And I think we got a timeout called by Newton North after that steal. There's going to be plenty for this team to talk about in the locker room after this one as they get ready to host Wellesley High School tomorrow. 39.7 seconds left. Newton North leads by 18. It's been a tough evening for the Brookline Warriors, to say the least. For Brookline, just one player in double figures scoring, and that's Devani Perez with 13 points. The next highest scorer is Mikhail Hayes with 7. And after that, Alex Cienko and Solom with 6 each. Inbound. Now pass back to number 15, Sebastian Engel. Now given out to Tyler Randall, number 21. He throws up a long pass, and shot just missed by number 5, Matt Randall. As now Perez, running in transition, unloads from 3 off the mark. 20 seconds left, and at this point, we're just running out the clock on a formality. The ball is lost by Randall, recovered by Mazzara. Thrown misses Perez. Perez recovers it. Perez just dribbling with it on the wing. Starts to drive in, awkward shot, no good. And now Tyler Randall goes up, can't complete the dunk as the buzzer sounds. And that is going to end this one. Your final score, Newton North 64, Brookline 46. A tough outing for the Warriors as they suffer now their 3rd loss of the season. Newton North remains with 1 loss so far and gets a hearty payback victory after the loss to Brookline in Brookline back in January. Brookline will certainly be looking for a bounce back after this one tomorrow when they host Wellesley for a 6:30 p.m. game at Schluntz Gym. I'll have that stream for you as well. Rounding out the stats for today, for Brookline, the leading scorer, Devani Perez, he finished with 13 points along with 3 steals and 3 blocks. Next up was Mikhail Hayes with 7 points. 3 boards and 3 steals. Andrew Alexienko only able to play 1 half, finished with 6 points, 4 boards, a steal, and a block. Zach Solom with 6 points and a rebound. Taj Horowitz with 5 points, along with 2 rebounds and 2 steals. Jaden Mazzara finished with 5 points, 2 boards, and 1 block. Obi Ukamadu, probably the highlight of the day for Brookline, returning to the floor, hitting 4 points, 2 rebounds, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. And that rounds out the scoring for Brookline as they finish with 46. As I think we might have a couple of points missing on this, but that is...
Adds up to 46.
Okay, so it is 46. For Newton North, the stars of the game, Florian Kuchin with 19 points and 4 boards. Will Davis, the double-double, 13 points and 13 boards. Jose Padilla scored a bunch late and got to double figures at 10 points and 3 boards. Holland Hargens finished with 6. Jason Antonellis with 8. Marat Baluchit with 5. And Tyler Randall with 3. So that's a tough one there. A tough loss for Brookline, surely. And guys, I see things going in the chat. Please, I know it's an empty thing for me to say, but please just, try and stay cordial, stay respectful. I understand a loss is tough, especially a loss to Newton North. But, this team is going to have another chance to try and come back and show what they can do tomorrow when they host Wellesley at Schlunz Gym at 6:30 p.m. And as I wrap things up here, again, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, wrapping things up here at Newton North High School. Remember to check out the description section of this video for all the information you need about our paying sponsors, 2 good local businesses, Music Go Round and Harvest Wealth Management, as well as the local charity we spotlighted today, the Brookline Community Foundation, which, among other things, has a scholarship fund for Brookline High students, so they deserve the respect, the support they can get. You can also check out in the description section the URL to my personal website, jessesports.com. You can find out more about me, the services I provide, and how you can commission those services. You can also contact me directly if you have any questions. My email in the description, jgms88@gmail.com. You can also find a link to my Instagram account for highlights from previous games I've streamed. And as always, if you enjoyed the stream, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel to stay on top of all my upcoming streams. We got a lot coming up this week. And if you're watching this after the fact, you can leave comments in the comment section. But from the gym at Newton North High School in Newton, Massachusetts, the final score, Newton North 64, Brookline 46. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.
Jesse, are you staying for the next one?
No. 1 second.